4 years old basically. Why?
Little girls lost in their make-believe worlds, hosting pretend tea parties for peroxide blonde Barbies. When we were 4, we couldn't grow up fast enough, convinced that big girls had all the fun. We pined for high heels and handbags and counted down from one birthday to the next. What we didn't know then was that one day growing up would turn into growing older and eventually growing old, which for some of us has become an unwelcome and unforgiving space. So when exactly do we want the clock to stop and move backwards instead of forward?
25, 26, you're really looking forward to it. Then 30 is the hugest benchmark, only because it's a mindset. It's just that you don't want to celebrate your birthday every year with huge aplomb. It's like, okay, 35 next, 40 next, 45.
A model and actress at a time when both professions were much less competitive, Malvika Tiwari feels lucky to have escaped the intense pressures that dictate a life in the spotlight today.
Maybe a lot of it is fueled by America, I don't know, but this thing about maximizing on every quarter. So it's like your life has to be the best, you have to be eating the best, don't eat this, don't eat that, only exercise, only live well. I mean, there's this crazy race for immortality or longevity. And so I think this desire for longevity comes with the desire for youth. Somewhere along the line, I think the two are connected, and gosh, you've got to look the best as well, you know, because it's all about, you know, peak performance at work, peak performance from your body, peak performance from your entertainment, even your, you know, so it's the kind of pressure that we're putting on ourselves.
Desire fueled by images of the impossibly young and perfect.
20 years ago, you wanted to age gracefully, but it was always a resignation towards the inevitable. But today we have options. It's nice to get your hair colored and highlighted, even at the age of 60, and you can feel so good. And there's not one person I know who actually wants to age. Nobody likes wrinkles.
Michael Jackson's often questionable forays into self-improvement and self-preservation consumed dreams of newsprint and hours of airtime, and his ranch Neverland was named after the fantasy island of Peter Pan, the boy who never grows up. But his tragic battle to defy age is no longer such an alien one.
It is something that, you know, societies in flux like ours will find more difficult to cope with. Aging, while it's a completely natural and normal process and phenomenon, brings with it its own attendant issues of vulnerability, awareness of mortality, diminished physical capabilities. You know, what alters this is also social awareness, perceptions, and the connection between self-worth and appearance.
The term well-preserved soon came to describe skin instead of pickle, and having work done hinted at cosmetic surgery instead of finishing off a job at work. In the last decade, from being an indulgence of the rich and famous, the age-defying arsenal of goods and services has percolated to the local parlour.
Tuba.com